Want to learn about the 5 best battery-powered tools you can get at Harbor Freight if you're building your own house, doing DIY projects, etc.? Stay tuned and we'll show you what I found. All right, getting into it. The first one up would definitely be this is all Bauer line stuff, especially for batteries. Once you pick a battery type, Milwaukee, DeWalt, what have you, you're going to be stuck with that battery type for other purchases, or you'll have to go to other chargers, other batteries. So it does make sense to buy, one interface standard. And I ended up with the Bauer line, which is kind of like a mid-level line from Harbor Freight, and owned all kinds of construction tools throughout my life. Father was a general contractor, all that, and we've had expensive tools break, cheap tools break, get stolen, get lost, whatever. So this is a pretty good mix of, they last. They do honestly last. It's surprising. I only had one of these tools break, and it's honestly because I was using the wrong tool for the job. But definitely first up is the 1/2 inch hammer drill kit. Right now, as of this recording, it's for $64. You get the charger, the battery, the drill, and a bag, which makes it kind of convenient. And I've used this hammer drill for all kinds of stuff. You can drill lightweight concrete holes for like tap cons with it. If you need to do, so words of warning with this, it does have limitations. So if you're expecting this to be like a giant SDS or SDS Plus Max concrete hammer drill, that's not what it's really for. But if you got some small concrete drills or holes to put in concrete, they're smaller in nature, or you're just coming back to chase it out later on with after you ran an SDS through it, then it's fine for that. It's also not a giant hefty like right angle drive for drilling holes through giant stacks of lumber or logs, things like a paddle bit of that nature, but just general drilling general holes, just good all around general tool. It also has a lot more finesse when you have something like a star drive or Phillips in there versus something like an impact full impact driver. You got the settings, has a clutch on here, so it will, limit the torque that you can put on something. Also has the hammer mode, so it works great all around. So that's definitely my first pick. So getting into the second one, this is kind of it's surprising, but this is actually a pretty decent radio. It's powered by the battery. It has some USB ports on the back side of it for you to power your phone directly from USB-A. It'll fit like the standard 1.5 battery and 3. I'm not sure about the 5. It's of course Bluetooth and then it has AM/FM radio. It works pretty good. Good to have some tunes on the job site. Its radio reception's also pretty good for AM/FM. It's pretty standard compared to any kind of car or anything like that. It's not going to have the sound quality of something like a JBL speaker, but if you're trying to keep all your batteries the same, then it's a nice tool to have for sure. So getting into number 3, definitely the right angle 4.5 inch grinder with the battery tool on it. I did the siding on my house with Allura siding, which is similar to Hardy Plank, and this was great for being up on the lift. It doesn't need any power cord, and it can get right through the siding with the right kind of blade on it, which is usually called like an X tooth or figure 8 tooth blade, and those don't wear down. So one blade will last you siding for a whole house, maybe a few houses. Words of warning with this, you probably want to look at like maybe the 3 amp hour battery or the 5 amp. The 1.5 can do it, but it's not going to last very long. And like the radio, this is the tool only, so there's no other accessories with it, but sometimes they'll put on like buy a tool, get a free battery, promotions, things like that. So getting into number 4, that's going to be, this is another unique find, is the tire inflator. Little tire inflator. It will do cars just fine. And like the other ones, if you've got like a big truck tire, like Ford Super Duty truck tire to fill up, you're probably going to want 3 amp hour battery or have a couple other batteries in there, but it's small and convenient if you don't have a compressor with you or power. Of course, it'll fill up wheelbarrow tires, bicycle tires, things like that all day long. It's very convenient, especially if you don't want to lug out a big old compressor. And then the last one for this top 5 list is the 1/4 inch hex impact driver. And I really didn't use a nail gun that much on building my house other than like the staircase. Almost everything was like steel studs and then a lot of torque screws. So this thing drove the torque screws. It's very efficient, even with this 1.5 amp hour battery. And like the drill, it comes with a combo kit where you get a charger and a battery. And so if you keep on getting these things, you'll end up with quite a few chargers and batteries. Um, but yeah, not enough good things can be said about this drill. I was able to do all kinds of things with it, building this house. And the combination of this plus Torx screws is a really good winning combo versus like the old Phillips style. So these are all tools that have lasted and served very well. So this would be call this thing like maybe a multi-year review, but they've all worked out great. And it's something that you can go in and buy these things with confidence. It's not like the old Chicago Electric stuff or some previous things where it's kind of hit and miss. These seem to be like engineering and durability on par with a lot of the other brands, but at a lot much lower of a price point. And then, like the title card shows, they have all kinds of corded, uncorded options within this lineup. Really, the branding and all that comes into play with the battery interface. So you can just get a few batteries and then you can get a variety of tools that will work with that. That's really your downright usability feature for this. It's not like a trendy thing where I want all my tools to be the same color or logo or whatever. That's really the function, is that the battery is compatible across everything, and they have quite a few battery options. So those are the top 5 that I got. So it's the 1/2 inch hammer drill, the radio, the grinder, tire inflator, and the 1/4 inch impact driver. So hopefully that'll help you on your house project, DIY, etc. If you're looking into getting into a new battery powered tool lineup. Maybe you're working with some old Ryobi stuff, or maybe the old NiCad. What do you call it? DeWalt. That's what I used to be on, was old DeWalt NiCad, big heavy batteries, kind of cheap plastic too. And this has been a big impact of how much more work you can do per charge and the lightness and all that. Also, note thing to note is that these batteries are lithium. So Harbor Freight also sells a 30 millimeter ammo case that honestly works. It's steel. It's like mil spec for the 30 caliber bullets. And it works perfect for these Bauer batteries. I even made like a little 3D printed tray. I'll put a link to that too, just showing that project, but it's a good way to keep the batteries fine. I've never had any issues with the charging or the batteries on any of this stuff. That's been solid and safe. So anyway, hopefully this has provided value. Please like and subscribe, share. Trying to grow the channel and kind of showing you what do you call it, content that applies to the owner builder, the DIY person, home craftsman, even professional trades guys, like they're wanting to try to, get some power tools that have the potential, like they could get stolen, broken, fall, misplaced. Milwaukee's great. It's gold plated, but do you really want to lose a multi-$100 drill just because of the nature of your job? So, especially with the way the economy is, you got to start thinking, what's the best use of my wallet and what I have to get done. So with that in closing, hopefully this gives you a good insight into my experiences with these tools. Best of luck.